If one of your goals for 2026 was getting into reading or reading more books, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Getting Into Reading series, where we're going to talk about different types of books that will get you into reading. In part 1, we're going to talk about books for the intelligent reader. This person doesn't want to read 100 books a year, they want to read 5. But those 5, they want to remember for the rest of their lives. They want to be intellectually challenged, they want to learn something new, and they want their gears going. If you're not that person, come back for part 2, but if you are, let's roll the tape. For each one of these, I'm going to do one fiction book, one fantasy book, and one romance. Starting with the fiction, I think you should read My Friends by Frederick Backman. In this book, we are following 2 timelines. In the present, we're following Louisa, an orphan whose last wish is to see this painting in real life. And in the past timeline, 25 years ago, we're following the artist and his best friends and how this painting came to be. This, more than anything, is a character study. This will play at your emotions. This will make you think about things that you've never even thought twice about. You're gonna learn more from this book than you could ever learn from a self-help book. My Friends was one of my favorite books in 2025, and I pinky promise this book is for anyone, especially if you want a book that will make you think. Moving on to the fantasy read, and I think you should read Catabasis. In this one, we're following 2 students who both feel guilty for the death of their professor, and they decide to go into hell together to get their professor back. If you've ever been in an academic setting and you know what it's like to fight for grades, to fight for recognition, thinking that if you don't kiss your teacher's asses, you're never gonna make it in life, this one is for you. A lot of people say it's info dumpy. For me, it was the perfect amount of information to understand the version of hell that the author wanted to paint for us. This is not just a fantasy about magic, this is a satire of real life. And last but not least, for the romance book, I think you should read Beach Read by Emily Henry. I would say this is not your classic rom-com. We're following January, who just lost her father. She grew up believing in real love. She thought that nobody was more in love than her parents were, until after her father passed away and she discovers that her father actually cheated on her mother, and he had a whole entire life outside of their family and a beach house that he left her. To me, this is more a women's fiction than a romance. We're not getting dual POV, we're just following her inner monologue. We're handling grief and major life changes, shifting your whole perspective of your own life. But the romantic parts are so deeply romantic that you're gonna want to highlight this book. I'm overwhelmed that you exist. Hello? So ladies and gentlemen, go book shopping because you have some reading to do. Let me know what other types of books you want me to recommend. And without further ado, I'll leave you to reading.